There are thousands of mods for Rimworld, and whether you're an experienced player or brand new, it can be difficult to decide which ones are worth using. In this short video, I'll be going over some of my favourite quality of life mods that I use on most of my playthroughs. Mods that don't alter the game too much, but provide a useful service. If you find this video useful, please consider subscribing for more Rimworld content. Let's get into it. Snap Out is the first mod that we are looking at. It's brilliantly simple, and in my eyes, it makes sense from a gameplay standpoint. Have you ever been frustrated that your colonists go off on mental breaks, start smashing things up, insulting people, and there's not too much you can do about it aside from maybe arresting them and giving them more of a mood debuff? Well, with Snap Out, you can fix that. Your wardens will automatically approach your broken down colonists in an attempt to snap them out of their breakdown. It stuns them for a while, and if successful, they will go on a sad wander back to their bedroom for a short amount of time and then get over it. They don't get the catharsis that you would after get over a breakdown normally, but it does stop them breaking anything important. Now, there are some side effects. If it's not successful, they either continue their breakdown. This one was successful, so they're on a sad wander for a brief amount of time. They'll either continue their breakdown, or there's a chance they could actually attack the warden, try to help them. But I think it's definitely worth it. Even though you don't get the catharsis, you do probably save people getting insulted if it's like a big insulting spree. They might end up putting loads of people in a bad mood, and if you have to arrest them as well, they go in a bad mood. So I think for me, brilliantly simple and very useful. The No Job Authors mod gives the freedom to have multiple crafters work on the same item. Normally when you make something, whether it be artwork, whether it be weapon, armor, components, as soon as someone starts working on one of them, it assigns them as the author and no one else can finish it. It has to be that one person to finish it. So as an example, we have Kaylin working on a duster, unfinished cloth duster, author everyone. So normally it would have their name attached to it and no one else could finish it. So if we jump them off there and get another crafter over here, we can continue with the work, which is awesome. Ideal for stuff like components, because the amount of times I've had many unfinished components around the base because I've got like 3 or 4 crafters and they can't continue the ones that already started. It's kind of like a bit of a resource sink. It's a bit of a waste. So it's nice to get them churned through nice and quickly. Also, the quality comes from the last person who does it, who finishes off the work. So you could get loads for like, not for components, but for like clothing and weapons. You could get lots of people working on some stuff, stop them working on it, and get a good quality person to finish it off, to have the higher chance of getting excellent masterwork, maybe even legendary gear. So I think it makes sense. Could be quite overpowered if you exploit it that way, but yeah, a very worthwhile mod, and I would definitely recommend it. Long Distance is another great mod that is a worthy addition to any mod list. It allows you to use the comms console to invite relatives or lovers over from another faction to join you as a colonist at your own colony. So for example, we have Odal, who does have a son who's not here. They're neutral, part of the Ancients. We can see if they will come and join us at our colony. It's quite straightforward. There we go. Invitation accepted. They will be here. Relations have increased by 15. I thought they can go down sometimes, but I guess they're just happy that we're kind of sharing people around. So they're en route, 1.4 days. Now if I go to Sarai, she also has someone. They're part of an enemy faction though. So I think there's definitely less chance that they will join us. But we can see, we might get rejected. I kind of want to get the rejected for the video. Here we go. So they've rejected. Now we can't ask them again. No, I think we can ask them again. But if we do it too many times, they'll never respond again. So you can try it every now and then, but that's a good way early on in the colony. If you've got a comms console, go through your social tabs, see if there's anyone you can grab. The only downside is you can't see how good they are. So they might be really bad, really like bad health and terrible traits. But if you wanted to just want to get numbers in your colony, it's ideal. Mech Serum choice does exactly what it says on the tin. In vanilla, when you use a Mech Serum, it automatically decides what's the worst health condition the person's got, if they've got more than one, and it will cure that one. There are some instances where you would like to choose. 99% of the time, it's probably going to pick the one you want. So if someone's got, I think we've got this person here who has got frail and a missing thumb. So it will remove the frail, I'm pretty sure. It won't just regrow the thumb. Sometimes, like in a raid, so if you have a raid and someone gets extreme blood loss, but they're tended, they're in a hospital bed, they also get brain damage in that fight. You obviously know they're going to get over the blood loss. The brain damage, not so. So if you were to use a Mech Serum in that situation, I've had it before where they've removed the extreme blood loss because that's more of an emergency and the brain damage stays. So you could either wait and use a Mech Serum after that, or get this mod. This mod will give you a drop down menu. So let's go to this person over here and use, it was this person, yes it was, use the Mech Serum. It's going to give us a drop down box when they finally use it, because they're Frau, I think everything's taken a bit longer. And give us a drop down box and we'll get to pick which health condition to change. There we go. So I could regrow a thumb, or we can get rid of Frau. So let's get rid of Frau, and their Frau was healed. There you go. Another time it might be useful is if someone's got 2 health conditions, maybe 2 missing limbs, 2 separate ones, arm and leg. You know you've got a caravan coming back with a leg, but you want to regrow their arm. If you were to use that, it could regrow their leg. When you want to do the arm, you could wait again. But this way you don't have to wait. You can just pick and choose what you want. Slightly overpowered maybe, but this is Archotech technology. There's no reason why you shouldn't give the choice. So yeah, I definitely recommend this for just a little bit more peace of mind when using those very rare and expensive serums. The Tweaks Galore mod adds a ton of extra settings, some tick boxes, some sliders, to adjust how the game actually plays itself. I found this mod exceptionally useful to help trim down my overall mod list because there's so many different settings in here. I found that I had a few mods that did very minute tweaks to the actual game itself that this mod takes care of itself anyway. So let's go through some examples of what you can change. There's vanilla, there's one for each DLC as well. We'll go in general, we've got chatty comms, for example, like having that one turned on. Just gives you recreation from chatting on the comms console. I like having hidden wires on as well so it's not as messy. You don't see those cables going all across the floor. You have full deconstruction return as well, which is a bit OP, but if you accidentally build something and want to get the resources back, no harm having it. Don't let anyone tell you how to play this game. It's a single player game after all. So if you want to do this, turn it on and be happy. Infestation blocking floors means if you build a floor anywhere, then infestations can't come through them, even if you have the overhead mounting above you. It's quite strong, but you know, it's up to you, innit? No breakdowns. That would be very strong to have no breakdowns. Insult and spree nerfs, those kind of things are quite good. I think we've also got tainted apparel somewhere as well. Yeah, you can turn tainted apparel off if you wanted to, if you want to just equip everything that the raiders turn up with. You've got stuff on the resources, so metal doesn't burn anymore, which is quite good. Still doesn't strictly burn, so if you want to turn it on, no one would judge you. Stacking chunks higher is really good. I like to have them on 5 rather than just a single one because I think it makes more sense. And we've got stuff like incidents. You can turn off certain events if you really wanted to as well. There's quite a lot of different things. You can adjust power settings for things. Sun lamps are quite expensive. You want to turn it down a bit, feel free to turn it down a bit. There's just lots of different options on here which just can give a bit of tweak. You might find you only use 2 or 3, but it might save you downloading 2 or 3 other little mods as well. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this one. Now it can get quite tiresome drafting up your pawns and then moving them into position before every engagement with the enemy. Every raid that comes in, I've got to draft them up, I've got to drag them around here again. Defensive positions solves that problem. So let me show how this mod works. We got these guys drafted up in a position where I'm going to be happy with if a raid comes in. We highlight them all, right click defensive position, and we save. Now, let's get rid of that. These guys can go off and do their duty. And if a raid comes in, all I need to do is highlight these guys and press T on my keyboard, and they'll go back to exactly where they should do in the first place. You can just obviously click, but T is a shortcut. And now everyone is in their position. We can update them as well, so we can move you over there and save that. We can also clear people's defensive positions. So if I was to do that again, highlight these ones, that one has no longer got a position and they're in the new position. Quite a simple mod, but it does save you the bother of having to draft up your colonists for every single engagement, especially if you've got one of those kill boxes where you have people in specific zones, like melee people have to be a certain area, long range, short range, and throwable people. Very simple, but it will save you a lot of bother in the long run, so I would 100% recommend it. We have ourselves a raider. So what we could do is we could wait for them to approach us, but with the search and destroy mod, we can highlight our people. I'll pause it for 2 seconds, don't get too close. And we can draft them up. We get the options for search and destroy ranged or search and destroy melee. If I tick both these boxes, our ranged character is going to go and try to engage them before they get to the base with their guns. And Gutierrez with his knife is going to go and try to deal with them. So we're going to come out of our base and shoot them. It's not always ideal to engage raids this way. We will take cover, which is really good. But people take cover in different positions, and there's a higher chance that we will end up, let's zoom in a little bit, shooting other things. We might end up shooting our own people. Like Gutierrez has got shot by us, but we did win, so that was acceptable. I don't always do the melee and range together, but I wanted to show it a slight example there. It's very useful. I wouldn't use it necessarily for engaging raids normally. I'd use it for maybe super weak ones, or usually if I'm chasing down enemies who are fleeing after they tried to raid me, I'll just say search and destroy, send our people off to chase them down and shoot them down, which can be save you the bother having to draft everyone and keep moving them around and chasing down people. They'll do it for you. So yeah, I definitely would recommend this. It's also a bit of fun as well. Let them just see where they're going to go and how they're going to take on the combat. Can be quite fun. Now this next mod, Complex Jobs, is not going to be for everyone, but as you can see, it expands out your work tab a lot bigger, probably twice as big as the vanilla one. Now the reason for this is so you have a bit more control over what your characters are doing. So normally you'd have doctoring as one single job, but here we've got doctor, nurse and surgeon. It breaks down into what they're actually doing. So you want your best doctors doctoring. Nurses is like taking care of prisoners, like feeding them, visit sick people, that kind of stuff. So your worst doctors you can set to be higher nurse and lower doctor. Your best doctors you want to get better tens with can be more higher doctor, less nurse. And your one best doctor for surgeries can be the only one operating. Because in vanilla, you'd have all your medical people assigned to doctoring. And that could be surgery. So your best person might not necessarily automatically go and do the surgeries you want. So this way, you're guaranteed to get your best odds of a successful surgery. Construction's also broken down into 3 different areas: repair, deconstruct, and construction. So you can prioritize certain different people. It's kind of ideal if you've got a lot of people. I feel like maybe got 3 people to do construction. You want to make sure repairs are done early, so you get one person on that. There's a few things to deconstruct. You can just adjust them to deconstruct earlier. That's quite useful. Crafting's quite a big one. Crafting goes down to crafting, tailor, smith, machining, fabrication, refining. You've got production, smelt, and stone cut. It all breaks down to that. So if you've got a lot of crafters, your best ones you can have on fabrication, more priority. You could also make sure you have one specific tailor. Your stone cutting can be lower priority, but you can have one person just doing that. And then research and scan is separate as well. So if you want to have one of your intelligence people doing the ground penetrating scanner but not researching as much, you can do that. I just find it's a nice way of breakdown. A bit more complicated. It's called Complex Jobs after all, but I really like it just to give it more freedom. And if I'm desperate to deconstruct something, for example, and I've got other build jobs already going, rather than like forbidding them, I can just say number 1 deconstruction, just go and do that for me. I think it's definitely worth it. Again, not for everyone, bit over the top maybe, but I like it, and I think a lot of people would too. The Allow tool is one of those mods that I have in every single run, without a doubt. It adds some more tools to make the gameplay a bit more manageable. You may have noticed when I showed the Complex Job mod that we did have Haul Plus down there, which is way higher than regular hauling. It's for those situations where you want things in urgently. So this wood here, haul urgently. Therefore, she might have been doing it anyway, but they'll come and do it. Let's say we want to get some of these blocks in as well. They're not urgent right at the moment. Haul urgently. So people then take them to the dumping stock zone down the bottom. It's just a way of saying, say there's like loads of ambrosia on the floor or loads of things and it's raining, you'll get stuff in urgently, rather than changing everyone's work tab to haul and remove all their other high priority jobs. You can just say haul +1 and you only set that on things you really want moved. So that's one thing about it that's really good. You also have the option to right click on harvest, for example, harvest all plants in home area. You can hunt all animals. You also have allow everything, which is on the home button as well. So you can just press home button because loads of things get forbid after raids or whatever if someone just dies. Home button, or you can come down here and do that. And it also adds finish off, which is really, really good. So if you've downed an enemy, normally you have to punch them about 6, 7, 10 times to finally kill them. If you have finish off, we can highlight loads of them, or you can just click on the enemy and it'll have the option to finish off. And then they'll just one shot, kill it, job done. I think they need to have about 6 melee skill to be able to do it, which isn't too high. But yeah, very recommended. And yeah, just give you some extra tools that are going to help you with your playthrough. If, like me, you've played this game quite a lot and you get a little bit tired of the same kind of starting locations, this mod adds loads of different starting areas. As you can see on the screen already, there's loads of different options. You have many different types of islands, like this coastal island here, or an island in the middle of a lake, which is really cool. Swamps. Caldera, which is one of my favourites. It's kind of like a lake atop a volcano, or an old volcano, where there's a lake there now. Not much building space inside there, but they do generate differently. It's not exactly what it looked like every single time. Sometimes I've had it where this has already been closed off the whole way. I've had to dig my way out as well. We started inside the middle. So yeah, it's quite fun. We've got a natural wall already around your base. More island types. Canyon. So you've got one big, thick area. Loads of mountains, ideal for mountain bases. More island kind of ones. Archipelagos. Lots of different fun ones. Coves, oasis, ice oasis, big islands. Slightly bigger than the other one, but you've got like a valley with a river going through it as well. Lots of fun ones. And we're going to go try to find one of the favourite ones, the Rift. It's a really thin line going through the map. So much mountains around the outside. So it's ideal for nice, fun, big bases. But yeah, there's just lots of different options. The crater's really cool. It can just spice up your run a little bit. If you want to do with a theme, of like proper underground ones, or if you want to do lots of fishing kind of stuff, obviously using mods. But there's just loads of different types. Badlands, Fjord. It just gives a little more spice to your playthrough. And yeah, I would definitely recommend it. Well, that's a bit peculiar. Definitely a bit of a recommendation from me if you're just bored of just building like a flat land like normal. So that's 10 of my favourite quality of life mods that I use in pretty much every single playthrough. There are a lot more that I do use, so if you want to see part 2, let me know in the comments. Also, let me know if you have picked up any of the mods that I've mentioned here, or plan to at least. I'd love to hear some feedback and any suggestions of other mods that I should possibly be using that I may have missed myself, although I do use quite a few and I usually go for the mods quite regularly. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well if you found this video useful and want some more Rimworld content in the future. I've got loads of old colonies that I've done runs on my channel that you can go through as well if you want your Rimworld fix. I also stream live over on Twitch. I'll put a link in the description and it'll probably appear on the screen in front of you now. We stream Rimworld usually about 3 days a week, sometimes with integration as well, so you guys can join in, send your own colony list in and have a bit of fun there as well. So thank you guys very much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.